Justin Smith there, the scouting and recruiting analyst at Touchdown Alabama magazine. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to leave a like. I am actually here today to provide some analysis on the Tide's freshman running back Jase McClellan out of Aledo High School in Aledo, Texas, a former four-star running back who's actually expected to be the Tide's third running back option moving forward after Trey Sanders suffered an injury in a car accident that has him out indefinitely. So the Tide will look at their roster and look towards a freshman running back to star behind Najee Harris and Brian Robinson, according to Touchdown Alabama's own Stephen M. Smith. When you look at McClellan, coming out of high school, he was a guy who weighed more than 200 pounds. When you look at Alabama's official roster at the moment over at RollTide.com, they have McClellan listed at 5'11" and weighing 212 pounds. And when I first saw McClellan's tape, the biggest thing that stood out to me first was his patience. This was a guy who allowed his blocks to develop, allowed the play to do what it was designed to do. He did not outrun his blocks. He just let those blocks develop, and he used his vision to explode into the open field once he saw an opening. So that was one of the things I was really impressed with about Jase McClellan. Showed a lot of vision, showed a lot of patience. You saw that from the jump when you look at his film. When you look at some of the things that his teammates have said about him during his time at Alabama, we see a lot of them say he plays like an older guy. And I think that fits right in with some of the things that he has displayed, especially that patience, showing that ability to be relaxed when running the football, be relaxed in the hole. That is something an older running back shows. I think that is exactly what his current teammates are talking about. We are also talking about a guy who has a lot of ball carrying experience. He was very highly productive during his time at Aledo High School. We are talking about a guy who carried the ball more than 800 times en route to having more than a 6,000 yard career at Aledo. So we know he's a guy who has a lot of ball carrying experience, and we can see that when he carries the ball with that amount of patience. That doesn't come overnight. This is a guy who has grind and has continued to acquire more and more experience carrying the ball. So I think that is really what his current teammates are talking about. We are also talking about a guy with a lot of speed. He has clocked in a 4.540 at the Nike opening camp before. So this is a guy who has some speed, some natural speed. So we see that he has the speed along with that patience. So when he gets that opening, he can explode into the open field. We are also talking about a guy with some toughness. When I saw his film, I saw the toughness that you wanted to see out of a future SEC running back. We all know that SEC running backs are known for their toughness, known to be guys that are going to grind it out, fight for every yard, and McClellan has that toughness in him. This is a guy who has a nice stiff arm. He's going to keep his feet moving upon contact. He's going to fight for every yard. He has that toughness. He has that grit that you like to see out of an SEC running back. I think the biggest knock on McClellan coming out of high school may have been his lack of experience and his lack of productiveness as a wide receiver out of the backfield. Of course, the Tide current offensive coordinator Steve Sarkisian likes to use their running back in the passing game because they like to throw the ball all over the field. So I am pretty sure that Jase McClellan has been getting trained throughout this season, before the season, during fall camp, to catch the ball out of the backfield. So I am not worried about that. I'm pretty sure he has been prepped for that, to be a part of his game as a running back at the University of Alabama, and just in general in college football, with the passing game evolving so much. You know, every team wants their running back involved in the passing game. So I saw a lot of great things from Jase McClellan, a tough runner, a guy who has the ability to make one cut and explode into the open field. That patience is second to none. A guy who's going to allow his blocks to develop, going to show some great vision as a great ball carrier with some experience. So I think the Tide fans should be excited. I think the Tide's coaching staff trust Jase McClellan to be their third option moving forward. As always, I am Justin Smith, the scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama magazine.